Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome on into our stream today. Happy Sunday. We're right in the middle of about to start a surge. Which, if any of you haven't seen any of these things yet, because maybe you're on a server that doesn't have them available, this is what a surge is. Let's actually shrink that down and make that a little better. It's basically one big giant game of whack-a-mole, right? Hostiles keep spawning. You want to kill them as quickly as possible. You don't want to end up chasing stuff all the way across the system. So you kind of just want to stay in your lane, get as many kills as you can. The faster you kill, like the level 40s, then they start turning into 45s. The faster you kill the 45s, they turn into 50s, etc., etc. And then the higher level hostiles are also worth more points. You can see in the top corner we have an individual total and a team total. But yeah, you are basically just stealing kills from your alliance mates, trying not to overlap too much, and seeing if you can't just keep things in line. But happy Sunday. Welcome on into the stream today. Hope you all been having a great weekend. What's up, Voltron, Nevin, Alestes, Shockwave, Olympus, Ace, Sean, Darth? Darth, thank you for the resubscription. Appreciate that. I'm kind of just hanging out down here in this little corner. It's kind of best to sort of camp in an area. They will respawn eventually all in your little section. Sometimes it just takes a second, or you have to kill some of the other ones. Like they seem to be an abundance of them over in this spot of the map, but once they kill some of those off, they should all start respawning over here. Yeah, they'll kind of shift around. Go get that one. Impulse crews definitely help. Even if you just put someone like Dane below deck to try and help out a little bit there. But yeah, I mean, you really do just spend a whole lot of time trying hard not to steal kills from other people in your alliance, but it is just inevitable. It's kind of like doing a territory takeover, right? When you're fighting an alliance is actually competing against you, and you're kind of just going crazy, hitting each other. And you're like, damn it, that was going to kill that guy. Or like an arena, right? It's kind of the same premise. Everything's just swarming. You've got 3 minutes to kill as many things as you can. We made it to the 65s, which is about as high as we usually get. And there you go. It's going to wrap things up for this one. 425 for me. We got to tier 4 with particular point values, which is worth 55 of those surge fragments. Now, the cool thing about surges is while it obviously costs tokens to get into the system, these fault charts, it's 100 per ship. The most you can hold is 200, so you get 2 ships into the system. But once you put them in the system, your ships don't leave. So as long as you have other 71 plus players who can keep starting them and run multiples, you can just leave your ships in there, as long as you don't die. You got a 45-second, it's a 1-minute warm-up timer. Let everybody get in, get set, figure out where you're gonna, hang out. And go from there. Ultra, thank you very much for the raid. 44 people coming on in. Appreciate that. Hope you had a fantastic stream. Hope you're doing well. Seems like you've been doing a little better this weekend, so awesome. Glad to hear it. GP, good to see you. Bear, C Engineering, Big Booty, Retro. Denver's on in here too. Denver says, we told your team to just bring in 1 ship for surges, unless it's the second one is a Dauntless, which is just going to auto attack things, because it's hard to manage having 2 ships. Now, that's true if you have enough players committing. I can see maybe only having 1 ship come in. Obviously, things get a little more complicated with board cubes and such too, because you never quite know where things are. And again, at the same time, you can only hold 200 currencies at a time, so it's not like it's like a huge waste if you bring two ships. It also does get easier to manage if you have a keyboard and you can easily click between the two ships. But yeah, it's kind of just a crazy little thing. It's only 3 minutes, so you just do whatever you can and then move on to the next attempt. And then we can look at the refinery here in a second during our next warm-up period. Below 71, the rewards are not all that great. I think we've covered that or mentioned that before. Above 71, the rewards are pretty substantial. So, a lot of players ask, why would you want to do this if you're below 71? You can either A, just bank up the currency and save it till you get to the 70s if you're reasonably close. But if you're in like your 50s and you're like, why am I doing this? Well, I mean, you do get something out of it. Plus, you're also helping your higher level alliance mates get their rewards so they can improve faster, which will then benefit your alliance as a whole. But the mechanics of it aren't complicated. Sometimes it's just getting the timing set, getting that working right. Not really wandering too far from your particular little area, I feel like is the best way to do it. Definitely, if you have a Dauntless, it does work out better. These things are immune to the GS-31. I think they're immune to the board cutting beam too. Yeah. That'll probably be the last one that I get to kill. This one wasn't as good of a run. 3, 2, 1. Yep. Buzzer. So there we go. Oh, we broke it. Tier 5 this time around. Okay. I got 75 for that one. Tip's got a streak going. Awesome. Use speed crew on your Revenant. Ban cubes is the best plan. Sure. I have no idea of Ultron. This is only the second time I've been able to do them with the group. So I don't know exactly how far they've managed to get. Hey, Chrono. Welcome on in. Good afternoon to you. It's in the support tab. So you have these three. It's good for helping upgrade your other ships. You've got NSEA Protector and Gorn Eviscerator parts for this one for 300. Like that one seems to be the one that I'm most likely to pull. Titan and Vindicator is also a good one too, because those ships, and then this is NX-01, which I already have maxed. And then this one here is, these ships are all maxed already, Revenant and stuff like that. So I'm definitely not pulling that box. So I think it's probably this one. And we got Voyager and Protector parts. I would have preferred Gorn Eviscerator parts, but, we'll take what we can get. Take that one. You don't want to chase too far from a particular area because then you just get caught out of position. I thought I saw 3 over there. I did. Go get that one. I wouldn't say it's a fun mechanic, right? I wouldn't say it's a fun mechanic. It's an interesting little diversion, a fun little side game, and again, it only takes 3 minutes. And if it does give some better rewards to the 71 plus crew, I'm okay with helping out. They obviously do a lot for the Alliance in terms of leaderboards and all those kinds of things, and arenas and territory, and so I completely get all of that. And I'm willing to try to help them get as many points as possible here. Breaker, you're just banking yours until you get to 71. If you're close enough, that makes sense. Save it up. But I mean, if you're like anywhere from 50, below, I would say 65. I don't know, that banking them makes a whole lot of sense. Unless, of course, you already have all those specialty ships maxed. And then you don't need the parts. So you don't want to waste them. Then it would make sense. But I'm going to imagine somebody's still working on something. The Eviscerator, the Vindicator, they don't have, the NSCA Protector. They've been pretty well time gated on some of their things there, so hey, look at me go. Where did I finish? 5.5. Okay, cool. 75 more surge fragments. Ace, your alliance only has one G7 player, so you haven't run many of them. That, of course, is the trick, right? If your alliance doesn't have any G7s, you can't do anything about it. Or if you only have one or two, they're limited by the number of tokens and things that they get. So there's not a whole lot you can do there. It does obviously help this hunt ALB event because you're killing a lot of hostiles at 3 points apiece. And then you've got this Surge Tactics ALB, which is what's running right now, which is just getting a few extra Ducat shards. And, rewards not stellar, so it's not like you're missing out on a whole lot. One or two Ducat shards, or maybe just some depot tokens. There is no SMS or SLB or anything, it's just an ALB. So that's not exactly a big deal. All right, we'll see if they're going to run one or two more. If not, we'll skip out here because it looks like we're done. I don't know if people are still killing stuff. Oh, maybe just for the hostile event. They're just taking advantage of the fact that, hey, I'm here. Might as well kill some stuff. Getting a little laggy. I gotta go. Thank you for doing them. Okay, so it looks like people are skipping out for now.